Hi everyone, welcome to today's online webinar session with your host, Ilalaro from Binance. Now, the topic of today's webinar session is NFTs, where I'll be introducing what an NFT is, what's with all the recent hype, and lastly, actually how to get involved with the NFT space. Now, this is an ultimate beginner's guide aimed at total newcomers in the industry, so definitely give us a follow, like, subscribe after the session if you've learned something and if you actually have enjoyed it. So let's get started. So first things first, I just want to give a brief introduction to Binance, if you're not already aware. As you know, Binance is the world's leading blockchain and crypto asset infrastructure provider with a financial product suite. That includes Binance.com. That is our largest crypto asset marketplace in the industry, as you can see on the right, which enables users to buy and sell crypto assets with extremely low fees. Now, Binance.com is trusted by millions worldwide, and our platform is the largest by trading volume. We're always trying to push the boundaries and put our community's interests first whenever we build products or services, as ultimately our mission is to create and to increase the freedom of money for users worldwide. So that's the introduction to Binance as an ecosystem as a whole. I now want to give some helpful links to users that use Binance.com. In case you didn't already know, we actually have an FAQ section, which includes commonly asked questions to help assist you with any issues you may have. We have an announcement section, which includes the latest product updates, listing news, promotional campaigns, and much more. So you can stay up to date with what's happening at Binance. We have customer support chat, which is only accessible via Binance.com live chat, which is available 24/7, 365. Know that this is the only method to contact customer support, so please be cautious of impersonators, phone calls, scams, fake airdrops, etc. We'll never ask you to send us money or ask for your account email or password. In addition, we actually have two educational bodies called Binance Academy and Binance Research, which are both platforms to help boost your confidence within the industry and gain valuable knowledge on cryptos. This could be investing, trading, and much more. So definitely do check them out. Now, we're going over the presentation outline. We will start by briefly going over NFTs in section 1, what is an NFT, and give some examples. Then I'll touch on the current NFT landscape and introduce Binance NFT Marketplace, which will be launching next month in section 2. So I'll give some actual exclusive details about our upcoming platform launch, so definitely do stay tuned for that. And then I'll conclude with some commonly asked questions from our community. So let's start with, what is an NFT? So an NFT simply stands for non-fungible token. But let's just break this down even further. Let's look at what fungible means. Fungible means an item that can be easily replaced by another identical item and without losing its value. So let's imagine that you have a £5 cash note. You can easily replace that £5 cash note with another £5 cash note, and it will still work the same, right? The value of that £5 cash note will still remain the same. Because of this, we consider cash notes as being fungible. Now, non-fungible is the opposite to this. It means that the item cannot be replaced or replicated with something else. An example of a non-fungible item are collectibles or memorabilia, for example. These are items that are regarded as being of value because they are unique and cannot be easily replaced. As such, we call these items non-fungible. And then lastly, token in this context means something digital or something virtual. So putting all this together, non-fungible token means an item that is often a collectible or memorabilia that cannot be easily replaced, just put in a digital tokenized form. So that gives a kind of a description of what NFT is, but to actually truly understand it, let's take a step back because it's important to kind of go through the background context. So let's look at the evolution of collectibles and memorabilia as a whole. So this all started way back hundreds of thousands of years ago when humans began to collect commodities such as spoons, weaponry, rocks, or even stones, as these items were often created with specialized materials that are often very rare to find, and thus became a collectible item because they were unique and difficult to imitate, for example. So moving forward many generations, humans then began to collect artwork or similar forms of expression, and began collecting these items at home, exhibitions, and you can even see some of these artworks at museums as well. But much recently, we've seen collectors' items becoming more prone in specialized cards, such as Pokemon, baseball, football, etc., with some of these rare cards going for millions of pounds. These collectible items throughout history have been all accessed via a physical form. But the next evolution of this, the next evolution of collectibles are turning digital. Now, this is what an NFT is. A non-fungible token is a physical item turned into a digital form. So I hope that gives an illustration as to what an NFT is. So, if you actually want a sentence of what an NFT is, it's a digital ownership of a physical collectible. Through blockchain technology, you can actually prove to the world that you truly own that physical collectibles item in a digital form. Now, to give a good illustration of this, I think this is actually really good to understand. Let's imagine you have a banana that's worth, maybe, £1.50. Now, let's imagine you're a businessman and you might be clever enough to actually sell that banana at a higher price at £2. And then, you gain like 50p profit. Now, let's imagine you are an entrepreneur. You can actually turn that banana into a banana milkshake and then sell it at a higher price and gain even more profit. Now, an NFT compared to these two is you're just proving digitally that you own the banana and that now you are trying to transfer that ownership to someone else at a higher price for a digital form. And depending on demand, it can go exponentially. So I hope that shows an illustration of what an NFT is. In fact, it doesn't have to be one physical item like one banana, for example. It can be many different items combined into one NFT. So let's look at the right illustration now. You can, it's a meme within the crypto industry. You can actually put all of these different physical items together to form one NFT. And this is where things get interesting because now you're combining different physical collectible items into one digital form. Now, this opens a huge possibility of what can be turned into an NFT because pretty much anything non-fungible, such as physical or digital collectible items can be turned into an NFT. For example, art, music, gaming, metaverse, to even text, brands, celebrities, to fashion, to DeFi. The list goes on. The possibilities of NFT creation are endless. Now, you're all probably wondering, okay, I understand the concept of an NFT, but actually how are NFTs actually created? Now, NFT creation is actually pretty simple. It's just a process of uploading something physical in a digital form. You've all probably done this many times throughout your life when you've uploaded images onto the internet. You take a photo of the physical item with your camera phone, you then upload the image onto the internet, and then bam, you've got a digital image. That is the same process of actually how to create an NFT. Let's say you want to create an NFT art. You do the same process, but now you just need a digital photo, and there are many different formats of the digital photos, such as JPEG or PNG, etc. To make a music NFT, you just need a digital soundtrack, which most music nowadays are available in that. So you just, some of the formats of music, soundtracks can be in .wave or .mp3. And then to make a video or 3D NFT, you actually need a video recording in WMV, MPEG, MPG. There's a lot of different video formats that you can actually utilize. With all these online formats, you can then upload digitally and create your NFT. Now, let's just take a little bit of a step back again. Let's give an example to illustrate this. So let's imagine we have a famous football player that's a striker that scores many goals, and that wants to create an NFT. They want to create an NFT of them scoring a goal. So they'll choose, for example, a video to upload a video recording of themselves scoring a goal. What they do is they utilize an NFT platform, and then they upload that video in that correct format, and then that can be easily transformed into a 3D NFT artwork. Now they can auction it and people bid for it, and then obviously depending on the demand, the price goes up. It's as simple as that, actually. So these are just some formats of some examples of NFT art. In the left, you can see one physical item. On the right, you can see multiple physical items put together into one digital form. The same can be about sports and gaming NFTs. You've got your baseball, football cards. You've got your, there's a lot of different ways of actually introducing digital formats with sports and gaming, for example. And now you're probably wondering, why is there a lot of hype with NFTs? It's not nothing new. You've probably seen in the news of NFTs being sold for hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars, and you don't understand why. For instance, recently we've seen the artwork created by Beeple, which sold for $69 million. Earlier this year, this artwork contained hundreds of photos put together into one NFT. Much recently, we had a video NFT of a viral video which was created in the early stages of YouTube, called Charlie Bit My Finger. You've probably all seen it as well, and that got sold for $760,000 earlier as well. We also had a tweet NFT, which was the first ever tweet made on Twitter by Jack Dorsey that got sold for a staggering $2.5 million. And there are so many examples of these high-valued NFTs being created. Why do these NFT sell for a lot, and what actually determines an NFT value? Well, in short, it depends on three main things: utility, rarity, and owner history. An NFT is worth what someone is willing to pay for it, which can be a lot if the NFT is made by a famous artist, a creator, a musician, or even if the buyer is a wealthy collector. It's similar to an art in that way. There is also a lot of hype recently regarding NFTs, because it's a new blockchain technology, and that's also propping up the price of some NFT artwork as well. So in short, we've kind of discussed what NFT is, what can be made in an NFT. Now let's just delve into the next section, which is the current NFT landscape. So in order to buy, sell, or even create an NFT, there are two main blockchain providers that you can utilize. There's Ethereum blockchain, which is otherwise known as ETH, or there's the Binance Smart Chain blockchain, which is otherwise known as BSC. The list below are websites or platforms in which you can utilize to produce NFTs. For example, on the left, the Ethereum blockchain leads the way for NFT creation, as there's a dozen of video tutorials for creators on how to create NFTs. OpenSea, Rarible are both top platforms used by many users worldwide. And Ethereum is actually one of the first to implement this feature as well. However, there's a rising concern with fees on using the blockchain, using the Ethereum blockchain, which is causing many artists and sometimes even many simple underdogs to simply not being able to afford to create an NFT using the Ethereum blockchain and using these Ethereum providers. So we are seeing people opt to use Binance Smart Chain blockchain, which is a similar blockchain provider to Ethereum, but it's got cheaper fees and it's got more capability to provide more features and functionality. Although some of the platforms created under the Binance Smart Chain provider are quite less known, but there's also a growing interest with Binance Smart Chain. Now let's look at even storing NFTs. You will need a special wallet that supports the below blockchains, and even then, only few in the market actually is able to provide this, such as Trust Wallet. And even then, most of these platforms are not user-friendly, or simply don't have enough reach to be able to make it easy for everyone to be easily to create, buy, or even store NFTs securely. So this is one of the main problems with the current NFTs marketplaces. At the moment, there is, it's actually not really easy to get in. The providers that you utilize are not user friendly. You actually need to research a lot about NFTs to be able to be comfortable to be able to create it. And some of these platforms don't have much security or global reach. Now, this is where Binance NFT Marketplace comes in. Binance NFT Marketplace, which is coming soon, in June 24th, will be the ultimate experience to create, buy, and exchange and store NFTs in this market. Now, how will Binance NFT Marketplace solve the current landscape problems that I mentioned previously? Well, Binance NFT will leverage Binance.com, which, as you may have noticed earlier, I told you that Binance.com is the world's largest crypto market asset place used by many million users worldwide. And so Binance NFT Marketplace will gain the highest visibility compared to other marketplaces in terms of worldwide reach and also lower fees, because we utilize the Binance Smart Chain blockchain provider. Binance NFT Marketplace will also maximize the value for creators because you'll leverage Binance.com and will offer the highest exchange liquidities for creators as well. And actually really easily is that Binance NFT Marketplace will offer a simple user interface. It will be extremely easy for people to buy, to sell, and even to store NFTs. This is why we're actually pretty excited that we're launching Binance NFT, because we are the first to be able to put all of these different things together into one and to make it easy for customers to access NFTs in the first place. And in fact, we've actually got some top tier creators already signed up just recently, such as Lewis Capaldi, famous UK musician, Michael Owen, ex-football player, Trevor Jones, famous artist. There's much more top tier creators that are actually signing up to our platform before it's actually launched. As I mentioned previously, Binance NFT Marketplace offer the highest liquidity, and this is actually very, very important. Not many people actually understand what I mean by this. Well, Binance NFT Marketplaces leverages the exposure from both Binance Smart Chain and Binance.com, the biggest blockchain communities in the world. We have 50 million users worldwide in 180 countries and regions, with 126 local fiat currencies supported. We also have 4 million social media followers on Twitter, 30 plus language groups on Telegram, 19 languages supported on Binance.com itself. So this will give Binance NFT the exposure to make to give that worldwide reach of NFTs to everyone, everywhere, at any time. In addition, Binance NFT Marketplace will feature premium NFT sales, which is basically made for high-valued artworks, which I discussed earlier. What this means is basically Binance will coordinate and manage the online auctions, the online exhibitions for these premium NFT sales in order to maximize its value and reach. The aim is to promote 2 premium events per week, targeting creators worldwide. With premium sales, again, I'm going to go into the technicality of this. This might change in the future, but the idea is with premium sales, 10% of the kind of the profit that's generated will go to Binance, and 90% will go to the creator. Now, the 10% that Binance takes includes the transaction fees, includes the actual management logistics, the promotions, the landing page, etc. So that 10% actually covers a lot, and we do want to give as much value to the creator as possible. Now, on top of that, we also have regular sales, which many of you will probably utilize, where creators take 99% of the profit generated by Binance, and Binance only takes about 1% of the profit, which is the transaction fee. Now, for these types of sales, Binance offers the ability for anyone, everywhere, at any time to list or auction their NFTs for the general public. For the first month of the NFT Marketplace launch, it will be inviters only. So bear that in mind. We actually launched the Innovators Creators campaign a couple of weeks ago, which allowed an exclusive entry to specifically chosen winners to launch NFTs first before we roll out the platform to the wider public. So just bear that in mind, that the NFT Marketplace will be first month will be inviters only, and then after that it will be launched to the wider public. In addition to the premium sales and regular sales, the Binance NFT Marketplace also powers high security and reliability between all parties involved. This allows creators or even third-party agencies to feel confident and secure that the NFTs are safely secured and transacted whilst using Binance NFT Marketplace. Let's look at the left. From the creator point of view, they have copyright, and they are, the copyright of the digital artwork is going to be more secure than ever. To the middle, to Binance.com, offering the largest community and liquidity to bring the greatest value to that artwork. And then to the right, to the buyers or collectors, to be able to fill their desires with exclusive high-quality digital artworks at their fingertips. Our platform, our NFT Marketplace, will bring together a new synergy between all of these stakeholders like never before in this industry. And on top of that, Binance NFT Marketplace enables creators to donate a small percentage of fees to charity should they wish. This is actually a first for NFT marketplaces, and is actually created by our very own Binance Charity Foundation in order to promote NFTs for Good campaign, which is a campaign dedicated to converting NFT creativity into goodwill. Now, Binance Charity is working with reputable NGOs to enable creators to work with reputable foundations that they would like, such as UNICEF, Mercy Corps, etc., to enable creators the flexibility to choose causes that they would like to be part of. Now, putting all this together, that just shows you that Binance NFT Marketplace will be a revolutionary platform that will be quite a big hit when it does launch. So let's move on to the last section, which is about questions from the community. So let's start with the first question, which is, when is Binance NFT going to launch? Now, the launch date is set predominantly at, on the 24th of June, 2021. But do bear in mind that this date could depend on, development or technology delays. But it will be open to exclusive members first for the first month, and then it'll open up to the entire public to start creating, buying, selling, and storing NFTs. So do you expect the pack lineup of premium exhibitions and NFT collaborations until this date? The second question is, actually, yeah, I understand what Binance NFT Marketplace does, but what can we as creators do on the Binance Marketplace when it does launch? So, this is a really good question. At the moment, we will launch with very little functionality at first, but we'll gradually start building out features that our community wants. So please do give us more time. It does take quite a long time to build these things and to maintain security and to ensure that the platform works as best as it can. So our first launch will include the ability to create and showcase NFTs in our peer-to-peer marketplace with a fixed price sale or even an auction sale. And then later on, we'll enable the ability to deposit artworks from different blockchain providers such as Binance Smart Chain or Ethereum, and also ability to withdraw NFTs to different wallets as well. So that's definitely a feature that we know the community would like to have. Now, the third question we get, which is commonly asked, is, are NFTs legal? Now, this is another great question, and to be honest, it's not really as straightforward, to be frank. But in most cases, NFTs are indeed legal, but it depends on the nature of the NFT and what they digitally represent. So if an NFT represents a financial value, for example, a stock, a bond, or an option, then it and therefore requires a specific license. However, most NFTs are not, not considered securities because it doesn't, because it represents the ownership of an item rather than an ownership of a financial instrument. For example, such as a digital kitten, a highlight reel, or video game collectible. These are arguably not a security. So in most cases, NFTs are legal, but obviously please do your research, find out what the NFT represents, and then you'll be able to buy, sell accordingly. Now, the fourth question we commonly get asked is, how does copyright, IP rights, and content rights work within NFTs? This is another great question. So something that can be misunderstood that, that many people have, especially first when they enter the industry, is that, by owning an NFT, you don't actually necessarily completely own the item. For example, NFTs can transfer copyright, but the ownership of the NFT doesn't necessarily mean that you have ownership of the IP rights or the content rights of that particular item. And it's important to make that distinction between ownership of the NFT and the content and IP rights therein. NFTs actually have smart contracts, which effectively govern how they can be used and the rights granted to that owner. However, the rights granted by the NFT depends on the contract, and these can vary depending on, the NFTs itself. As such, the NFT owner cannot reproduce, make derivative works, perform, display, or distribute copies of that content. These activities remain the exclusive domain of the owner of that copyright holder. You can read more about NFT rights by clicking on the read more link as well. But in short, NFTs can transfer copyright, but it might take some time, but you might not have the IP rights or content rights of the item. Obviously, it depends on the contract within that NFT. Now, the last question that we get commonly asked is, okay, I'm really excited. How do I get involved in the Binance NFT Marketplace? Now, there are different ways to get involved. The first is by working directly with us. If you're an artist or a creator that is looking to collaborate, please contact us via our email address, nft@binance.com, and our NFT team will get to your email as soon as possible. The second way to get involved is by joining our exclusive NFT community by either subscribing to our mailing list by going to nft.binance.com, or by joining our Telegram channel at Binance NFT, or attending our weekly webinars by NFT experts by visiting our YouTube channel at Binance YouTube. Now, all of these actions are great ways to stay up to date with what's happening with NFTs at Binance and being exclusive chances to win top prizes. So definitely do not miss out. So in summary, NFTs are digital assets or digital tokens that are unique and non-fungible. NFTs can be digital representations of physical collectibles or memorabilia such as art, music, sports, gaming, etc. Now, Binance NFT Marketplace is set to launch on June the 24th, which will make it easy for beginners to enter the NFT industry, whether you want to buy, sell, or store NFTs. This new Binance NFT platform will offer the highest visibility by leveraging Binance.com, which also offers one of the lowest fees within the industry. And this new platform will offer a simple interface with beginners in mind. Now, in order to stay up to date, you can sign up to our mailing list at nft.binance.com, or even join our Telegram communities, which you can find by visiting the same link. Now, I hope that kind of gives a brief introduction into NFTs. I do hope you enjoyed the material presented in this presentation. We are building what will be the best NFT platform in the industry, and I'm excited to share this journey with you. So please do leave a comment and like and subscribe. We're trying to aim for 500,000 subscribers, so please help us to get to that journey. And yeah, that's it from me. I do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join our webinar session. We do hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, we'll see you at the next event. So yeah, definitely goodbye.